Hey, Facebook family and friends. I'm T Hatchett, and we are the Hatchett Chronicles. We are having technical difficulties, so please let me know if you can see and hear. And there is no blurt. I think it might be a little blurry, but let me know if you can see and hear us, guys. Um, we are having a rough day today, but we're gonna get through this because we did not want to disappoint y'all. We wanted to be on. So I will start with the plugs. Um, my artist Dominic, he has two reworks out. One is called "I Bow Down." The other one is called "Perfect Peace." It's out near you. Perfect Peace is actually, I just put that in, but that should be out in, I would say, no less than 2 weeks. Um, I Bow Down is out. It's at a streaming site near you. Support this artist. He is very good at what he does. He's a gospel club artist, and you got to hear him. That's all I can say about that. The Corona Chronicles is doing its thing. The book is $25. I am me. I am my husband. Get your book. It's a beautiful read. The Power of God still out there. $15. $3 shipping and handling. What else? Oh, the radio station. Shout out to the whack DJs, Nick's in the Mix, DJ Get Loose, my husband, DJ Mustafa, and DJ Extreme. Hi, James. Um, they. Oh, he is. Well, send us some music, whack DJ, because they have been holding it down.
Crunch, what's up?
So they are they have been holding the radio station down like nobody's business, and they have been peaking holding the radio station down. When I tell you they are very popular, I've been rotating them. Like today was Monday morning with Mustafa, DJ Mustafa. He did his thing. Then we had midday with DJ Get Loose. Then we had Monday with Nick's in a Mix. And then we had Monday Traffic Jam with DJ Extreme. And then it's T's Liquor House. And then we're back with DJ Get Loose for the Quiet Storm. So these DJs have really, really been holding the station down and helping out with their music, their mixes. They're excellent. I love them. So shout out to Whack DJs. And I'll put the radio station in here for everybody who wants to um, just log on and check it out. And what else I got going on? That's all I can think of that I got going on.
Crunch was listening. He said it's been fire too.
Yeah, hasn't it? It definitely has. What else do I have going on? Um, Del Royale, my artist, he has a song out, so look out for him. So I guess I need to put the artist name in here. So we have Dominic, and we have kind of changed his name. It was Dominic. So that's what his songs I Bow Down and Perfect Pieces under, but we're changing that to Dominic. Just Dominic. I Bow Down and Perfect Peace is his two um singles that's out. And Del Royale has just the crush. So like um go on your favorite streaming sites and support these independent artists. They are wonderful. What you got going on, babe? Oh, my baby don't feel well today,
You
you
gotta
guys.
forgive me, man. I'm not feeling well at all. I don't feel good. I'm in a lot of pain and wanted to go to sleep.
But he's doing this for y'all, so
But I've been in the studio recording for 2 days.
bye, Eleanor.
And, I just did a jingle for one uh, one of the biggest pizza spots here in Atlanta called Triple J's Pizza. I did a jingle for them, and it went crazy. Now they're getting ready to do a video for it, and they're thinking about doing a full song instead of just a jingle. I got the call today that they were so excited about the song and the music. They,
Oh, they're sending healing hugs and saying, "Hope you feel better."
thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Uh, what else? Working with my man Akil Ali. He's a
Hi,
poet.
Eunice.
Poet. His poetry is crazy. I'm working on that album with him. Working on stuff for Del Royale.
Hey,
Working
Chris.
on stuff for Chris Mizell. I'm working on stuff for,
Chris Mizell is our new artist.
and I just finished mixing the singles for Dominic. Uh,
Oatmeal. He hasn't had his oatmeal. That's why he's sick.
hey Eunice, what's up? Uh, I don't know what else.
We're pretty busy and doing a lot of stuff. Again, for those who just came in, shout out to the whack DJs. They've been holding the radio station down. Hey, Tony. He said he hope you feel better.
Thanks, cuz. Me too.
So let's get back. Let's get into the show because my husband's not feeling well, so we're gonna get into the show. Yeah, the whack DJs are like, ooh, they've been holding. We've been peaking. We have went down to 100 and something. We actually went down all the way to 78 listeners, and then I started putting the whack DJs on all day, and we're back up. We're back up to that 500 and rising. So
I
appreciate
will,
y'all.
cuz. Thank you, cuz. I'll be all right.
And so and my husband's been working his butt off with these new adventures. He has these new projects, I should say.
A lot
Um
of stuff going
yeah. So we're gonna get into the subject. The subject is called the work it takes to communicate. And I will tell y'all how this came about. This came about because on Christmas Day, we didn't decorate or anything like that. But I had the spirit on Christmas Day, but it was not like the spirit of the standard Santa Claus and all that lights and stuff. We didn't have all that trees and stuff, but I had the spirit, the Holy Spirit in me, and I was feeling good on Christmas. So what I wanted to do was I was cooking and I wanted everybody to come in the living room with me. Oh, the kitchen is next to the living room, and I wanted us to play music, Christmas music, and I didn't want no TV, no nothing, like being on the phones or anything like that. I just wanted, you know, just the family to just socialize, and because it was only four, well, no, three of us here. It was just me, my husband, and my sister, and I wanted them to come in the living room and just us talk and socialize. No TV, no phones, no distractions, and listen to some Christmas music. Well, I asked both of them to come in the living room with me, and my husband came, my sister did. So that was the first thing. Then I felt like, well, dang, I'm asking them to come in here and they won't even come in and share in this Christmas spirit with me. So then my husband proceeds to come in and he's on his phone and flicking through the TV. So I was pissed off about that. And so I had kind of an attitude. But then, so I kind of came back in my room and I sat in my room And then I thought about it. I was like, how can I have an attitude with him and he don't even know I got an attitude? And then I started thinking about how we always talk about communication to you guys. We always say communicate, communicate, communicate. But actually, communication takes work and it can slip through your fingers if you're not careful. You will forget to communicate. And at that time I realized, well, dag, we always talking about communicate, but I'm expecting him to read my mind and know. Because the alternative to that is I could have been walking around with an attitude and he wouldn't even know why I had an attitude, which is what was I was getting ready to do. But
She wasn't getting ready to
I
do it. She
was
was
go-
doing it.
I wasn't. I didn't, because that's why I came in the room. Guys, when I get upset, I pray. So I come in, I retreat to my corner and I talk to God, and God gives me answers. Like He told me I was wrong for that. So then I realized that it was me who was wrong because my husband couldn't read my mind, my sister couldn't read my mind. So I went and I told my husband what the issue was, and I told him what had just transpired, and he was like, well, yeah, you're right, but I was doing this. And then I thought about it and I said to him, I said, well, also, you might not want to do what I want to do. So then, after realizing that, after putting on my big girl's panties, I realized that the attitude would have came if I hadn't communicated. If and realizing, being big enough to realize that was what I wanted. That not necessarily what they want. And I can't have an attitude with them of something I want, especially if I hadn't told them about it. So that's where the subject came in, the work in communication. I felt like it was an important topic because especially my husband is big on saying, um, James said typical female stuff. You know what, James? Me and you gonna fight. No, it's not. But you're right in a way. You're right because females is the one that does expect men to read their mind.
Feelings and emotions.
And Chris said he's proud of me. Thank you, Chris. Because I realized it. And so I didn't go on. That could have been something that just was taken out of control with no reason. But men does it sometimes too. Y'all can feel a certain way and not say anything and not communicate it. And we don't know because my husband can feel a certain way, like feel bad or try to be the head of the household and not express how he feels. And the only reason why I know is because I know my husband. And so I know like what he's feeling. Like that time when he needed to be in a studio, he never said to me, I need to be in a studio, but I knew it. So that was you not communicating. Sometimes you don't communicate. So because communication does take work.
Oh, ever since I was a little kid, I always
Eleanor said I was alone on Christmas, so I had no communication problems. James said we men communicate well and don't need to read minds. Uh
that's right. You right.
now you being
He's
James
right.
Rodman, not all men crunch. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Not all men communicate.
Not all men and not all women communicate.
You're right. But y'all are blaming is mostly women.
No, he
It's
didn't.
not.
No, ain't nobody blaming anybody. He just said a lot of women don't. I think that a lot of times it's you know people work things out in their own way. People have their own way of you know taking things in and working it out in their own way. You can't really tell someone how to work out their feelings or something that they're feeling or something to that effect. It's hard for you to. It's easier said than done. Put it like that. So with that being said, I internalize things, but I know that if I internalize it and I don't say anything, then there's no way I could get through certain things with you internalizing things. So I have to, sometimes it's hard for me to say what I need to say because if I get an attitude about something, I don't want to say anything because I may say the wrong thing out of anger. So I'll internalize that and I try and deal with it differently without saying anything. And I have to just think a lot. I know there'll be a lot of smoke coming from under this hat. I'll be saying, but I have to agree with that. But some people internalize things different. Um, you know,
Eunice said, I love open communication. It's so easy, actually. I thought so too, Eunice, until I realized that sometimes we can take communication for granted.
well, cause
Hey, Steve. Um, James said, it's true. Not all women take what men say and do as face value. Women need an emotional
release.
and long drawn out way for the same point. Just my opinion. Ah, that sounds a little egotistical. I'm just saying. Steve said, Chris said, Steve. Eleanor said, women communicate better than men. We're extremely vocal, where a man will say very little. Because most men are just cut and dry. They don't have, we explain and go into details. I find myself, I explain a lot because sometimes I feel misunderstood. And so I find myself making a big story out of maybe what could be two sentences, but I just want to sometimes I feel like that I'm not understood. So it's become a habit for me to do that. Although I've learned with my husband, I don't have to because he understands me very well, but I've already had that habit. So it's kind of hard to break. Um, 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 um. Eunice said, true that. I'm one of the rare ones that appreciate your straight with no chaser. And me too. Me too, Eunice. Don't lie to me. Just let's be straight up. Eleanor said, Eleanor Cruz said, not true. Oh, Steve said that Eleanor was wrong. Women don't communicate better than men. James said, we think different as men and women. It's how we're wired. I agree. Men are from Mars, women are from Jupiter. I think that's the
Venus.
Venus, whatever.
Women are from Uranus.
um, you just said true that. Okay. Tony said once I communicate what I'm feeling, unless I tell you something different, I still feel the same way. See, now that's right. That cut and dry.
No, that's right.
That's that cut and dry. Women society. Well, let's just say this: there are different types of women and men. Society says women don't go for that, and then you have the women that are not society said, like myself, who I can understand, and I deal with that cut and dry. It's not a big deal. If I have understand with you, I have understanding with you.
I don't think that's cut and dry. I don't. I just believe that if that's how you're feeling, and you say that, look, this is what's wrong. My back hurts. An hour later, if your back is still hurting, I don't believe that if the conversation comes up, oh no, it ain't my back, it's my leg. It's still my back. When I say, okay, my back is not hurting anymore, we should be good. That's just the way I think. Maybe everybody don't think like that, but if I say my back or like right now, my hip is killing me, and my knees are killing me right now. But until I say, okay, babe, I'm good,
you're hurting.
Right.
So Eleanor said men pout. James said,
she would say that.
James said, ask a woman what she wants to eat, and my point is, now listen, then not all women, because you asked me what I want to eat. I'm gonna tell you what I want to eat. Okay, I have no problems when it comes to that, and maybe that makes me different. But I am not that type of woman. Oh, I don't know. What do you want? No, this is what I want. Okay, can we get this? Because this is what I want. I don't have no problem with that. I'm not fickle. Okay, and as y'all can see, there's nothing on me lacking with so you can see that I have no problem eating. So no,
if that's what she wants.
exactly. I can say what I want without a doubt. I don't have that wishy washy thing. Eunice said popcorn and beer. She talking about
What?
men. Now, see, how did we know that's men? Popcorn and beer. Although my husband don't like popcorn. Uh, Eunice said, I like the cut and dry. At least I know where you're coming from off the gate.
You're right.
Yep. Jane, Eleanor said, Jane Rodman wrong. I'll tell you exactly what. See, yeah, we're different. Eunice said, I don't want to figure out what you want, what you're wanting to communicate.
Right.
Tony said, exactly, bro. You totally got what I was saying. Wasn't no cut and dry involved. Cause
that's right.
Yeah, it was because I know you. And maybe not on that example.
I don't think that's
maybe not on that example, but
you know what? Let me tell you something about my cousin. He is a man's man, first of all. And the thing about Tone
Chris
is
said
that
it's 50-50 on that diagnosis.
Hmm?
Diagnosis. Go ahead.
he just is who he is, and he likes what he likes. He don't like the BS. He ain't with the games. He ain't with the excuse my French, y'all. He just ain't with the fuckery. Excuse me, y'all.
And I know
But
that,
that's just who he is in every facet of the way. That's just how Tone is. He ain't with the dumb stuff. He's hey, listen, this is what it is. And if you can't understand that, it's not that he has a problem, it's that other people have a problem with him being so. And there's nothing wrong with being straightforward. There's nothing wrong with being, to the point. If people call it quote unquote cut and dry, then if that's how they feel, then that's how they feel. But
this is what I'm saying, baby.
He's just straight ahead.
But this is what I'm saying.
No gray
There's
area.
a compromise.
It's black or white. He compromises in his own way.
Cut and dry. It is cut and dry, Chris.
No,
James said, we men say what we mean and mean what we say.
That's exactly
You ladies like to talk free, heard, and not talk for a solution. That's not me either.
Some women. I ain't going to say all women, but you're right, Crunch. You're right. If we say, and see, Crunch, you got to know this too, that we ain't the average dudes either. You know what I mean? Crunch, we ain't the average dudes. Me, you, my cousin Tone, Chris, we not the same. Steve, we not the same. We not the same as everybody else. Plus, we in a little older age bracket, and we just ain't cut out for the nonsense.
You know what James is picking on me. He said, yep. That's all we hear. You know what, James?
Facts.
Chris said facts.
Look, Chris, no, you said facts too. That's right.
All right, ladies, they're trying to pick on us. We can't allow that. Okay. Eunice says straight with no chaser is the best. Sorry for the folks that can't handle that.
That's right, cuz.
That's true, but there is still a part of sensitivity. Like for me, I feel like I'm a very good communicator. I feel like we have an understanding. But I did for that moment, had to check myself. Because sometimes we do have to check ourselves. And that's where
I don't have to check myself.
Yes, you do.
I know if I crap on myself or not. No, I don't think. Yeah, self-correction is always good. So if you're checking yourself, that's fine. It's fine to do that because it's nothing but self-correction before you blurt out something that you don't mean, or you start.
Or before you used to walk around with an attitude for no reason. Like if somebody asks you something, what's wrong, and you say nothing. Now I will admit, women, we have a bad habit of that. Somebody asks you something wrong and you go nothing. And they ask you what, and they clearly know something's wrong, and you go, nothing.
Right. That's
Because
lying.
you want them to figure it out, and they can't read your mind, so then you get mad because they can't figure it out, and then they get frustrated and they stop asking you, which make you get madder more because
now you think they don't want to
yeah,
communicate.
exactly.
They don't want to talk about it.
Which is so stupid.
And
it's
women
really
are liars.
immature.
Y'all are liars like that.
Excuse
y'all
me.
are liars.
Excuse me. Did y'all hear that? I mean, I'm just. How dare you?
That's lying.
You say that with such a passion.
What's wrong? Nothing. You're lying.
James said we still need to be sensitive in our direction. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what all I'm saying, James. That was all I was saying. Eleanor said, I'm going to be heard. I lay out the facts and I'll break it down for you. Steve said, men say what they have to say in regards to the topic, and we are able to say it in 10, 15 minutes. But women, on the other hand, know how to stretch their point.
They take 2 days.
Like I said before, I might talk a lot. I might tell a story when it only takes 2 sentences, but that's only because I feel misunderstood. I have always felt misunderstood, and that's why I do. Okay?
James said another good example, Terry.
Nothing always means something.
Exactly right.
Well, you got a point there on that one because I'm even guilty of that. I have found myself guilty of that, but not so much that I wanted him to guess what I was feeling. I didn't know how to express it, and I didn't really want to talk about it because I didn't know how to express it. So that's why I said nothing. And sometimes it's like you just don't want to talk about it, so you just say nothing because it sums up. I don't feel like being bothered right now.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. It's better than nothing.
No, because there's times if I say I don't want to talk about it, you get a why are you talking like that? Why you don't? Well, did I do something? And it's like you don't. Sometimes you don't even feel like that. It's like nothing. Just let it be.
Let it be. What are you doing now? Where's my knife at?
Steve, God, we stretch it out so you'll understand. All right, now, Eleanor, tell them, girl.
And Eunice said what?
Eunice said, honestly, we women are emotional. Hell, I've gotten caught up in a time and two, and that's after the brother set his boundaries. I was on my possessive, but it didn't matter.
See?
Chris said, break it on down, jungle brothers. Eunice said, based on my last comment, some dudes throw mixed signals too. Yes, that's true. Do. James said, we ignore women as a way to avoid arguing.
Yes, we do.
Yes, they do. Tony said, communication is imperative. No relationship can stand the test of time without it. Sometimes the communication can often become good, bad, and even ugly, but as long as we address those not so comfortable issues, we can get through it. All goes back to that communication. It's definitely the key to a healthy relationship. And I agree.
Yes, it is.
And that's why I said that, we take it for granted sometimes, and it can be work because sometimes you have to think.
Sometimes communication is work. It's work in communicating. It is work in communication. I do believe that there is work in communicating. And I guess that's, just like the way you convey your conversation or you convey the issue that, is at hand or whatever the topic is at hand at that time. It's the way you convey the conversation or convey your way into communicating. So
James said they take us ignoring them as not caring, not true. Okay, well, let me speak to that.
Some women do. Some women do that.
I used to think it was okay to ignore a person, but it's not. And my husband taught me that. And so if my husband does not want to talk about a topic or not at the moment,
I'll say it.
He would say, listen, this is what I said, but let's just take a step back and give me time to think about it. He don't just ignore me, or he'll say, "Babe, I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, you either explain it, or I'll just leave you alone." So till
And
you,
wait till later until you ready to say
yeah.
something.
So he's very so. I appreciate that he just don't ignore me and just like brush it off like it's nothing.
No.
He will explain to me why he's not talking about it or why he's just gonna leave it alone. Or like if he asks me what's the matter and I say nothing, and he'll say to me, "Look, I'm looking at your face. Something is clearly the matter." And then I'll say something like, "Well, I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it," or nothing. He'll just leave it alone. He'll say, "All right, I asked you. I'm not going to ask." It's sort of like he even give me a warning, like, "I'm not going to ask you again. I done already asked you, so I'm gonna leave it alone." That way, it's very clear that I can't take nothing out of it. I can't say he's ignoring me. I can't say that he done said what he said. He's very, now that cut and dry, that's okay for me. Because again, you're not dealing with average.
Right. And you know what? I totally agree that Tony is the same way. Cuz is the same way.
Yeah, he is.
Tone is the same way.
Eleanor said a lot of times I'll say it, let it go and move on. Don't like to argue.
I don't. You know what? Eleanor, that you know, you like the Eagles. I like the Cowboys. But that arguing thing is something that we both have in common. I love you for that because I hate arguing. Arguing is like running your nails across a chalkboard for me. I can't deal with it. And then too, at the same time, arguments are they turn arguments are so ugly because you start to say things that you don't mean. They start to say things. I'm gonna top what she said. I'm gonna top what he said. It's a bunch of hurtful things going back and forth. And then at the end of the day, you know,
You
um,
shouldn't say stuff when you're
you
mad.
shouldn't say stuff when you're mad because you
You
really
can't
don't
take
mean
it
it,
back.
and you don't mean it.
You can't take back that hit. Um, Eunice said, so the problem may be we need to understand the other person's communication style. Bullseye.
Period. Point blank.
That is very exact.
Bravo.
Steve said, but if it's a heated situation, tell a man what he is doing that disappoints you and call it a day. We are able to admit what we did, but we don't want to be ridiculed for an hour when in the first 15 minutes we got the point. You know what,
That's a fact.
Frank? Those are fun arguments, Eleanor said. Eunice said, I think it's awesome to give you a break to go within and heal your issues so that when you guys come together, you can express your issues in a total neutral headspace.
Mhm.
Tony said, you're right, but we have to learn how to talk to each other without arguing. You know what? Here's what I say about that. And again, me and my husband is a little different because we don't argue and we have a excellent communication. Even in my little quirks or his little quirks, we still find the communication. Like for instance, when he said, when I said to him, I realized this is something you don't really want. It's something I want. And he was like, yeah, you didn't think about that. And so that could have went the other way. That could have been like, well, I got an attitude because he don't want to do what I want him to do, and or he could have had an attitude because I was pressuring him to do something, but we didn't do that. We talked, and so like with communicating, um, or I really can't even speak to arguing because
We don't do it.
we don't do it. So I can't. I say that if you
If
express,
you communicate,
yeah,
it won't be an
there
argument.
won't be an argument, and you got to do it with being with your big girl and boys panties on. You can't do it and be
No big boys with panties. Sorry.
okay, big boy dogs.
Yeah.
You can't do it and be and have that. Well, you did so and so, and
Pointing the
well,
finger to,
I want my way. And you can't have that little bratty attitude when you have communication
and
because
pointing the finger
yeah,
something because that's just the way I think it's the pointing the finger is a cowardly way of getting out of what's your fault. You don't want anybody to recognize what your wrong is. That's just my point. I
tell
don't.
them Eunice. Eunice says Steve Guy. All y'all don't. But all y'all don't act like that, like it.
Eunice said, "What? I think
Steve
it's
Guy.
awesome."
Wait,
Yeah, you got to go up because. Oh no 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 no
we
no no
read
no.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, she was saying to Steve, but y'all don't act like it. That y'all care. When I guess that's what
Who
he said.
don't act like it? Us?
No, when he was saying that they ignore
Oh
us,
man. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
but it's not like they're doing that on purpose. Um, Eleanor said, if there's a problem, let's put a 15-minute time limit on it and sit down and discuss it. Don't drag it out. Well,
yeah.
here's the thing about that. I think you got to understand, like Eunice said, how a person communicates, you know?
See,
And it's also about how we were raised.
you know what? I want to speak to that. Here's the thing: if you're a person that holds on to things and really can't let things go until your time, until you feel like it's out of your system, I would suggest to put a time limit on anything.
Or if you've been holding things inside and then you finally get it out. So all those things that you over
Been
has
holding up,
built up. So then it takes longer than 15 minutes.
and that's not communicating.
Yeah.
That's waiting
So
to
that's what I
that's
was getting
waiting to
ready to
argue.
say. If you communicate when something first happened or something first bothered you,
Get it
then
out the way
you
right
it
then and
won't
there.
be a 20-minute, an hour, 2 hour thing because you've gotten it out. But the reason why some women be expressing so long is because they've been holding things instead of talking about it. They've been holding it in like the man can read their mind.
You know, something what I love about our relationship is this, right? And I know everybody's different, but our communication goes something like what she said earlier. But now my take on something like something happened, and I was sitting here and it was bothering me, and I worked it out in my mind, and I turned to my wife and I said, "You know what? You hurt my feelings with some. It was something that happened between us, and something was said or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember saying to my wife, "You hurt my feelings," and she had this look like, "Oh my God, I hurt your feelings. What did I do?" And I explained to her the whole situation. And now I'm going to be honest with y'all. Sometimes I do hold on to things because I need to process things. I may be weird, because she always say my husband ain't. He's not like the average person. He's not like. But I process things in a different way, and it may sound crazy to y'all, but I'm kind of going off the reservation. But just follow what I'm saying. What she said hurt my feelings, and I turned to her and I said, "You hurt my feelings," and she said, well, "How did I hurt your feelings? What was it?" And to her, it may not seem like such a big thing, but to me, it was something that kind of cut to me. And instead of me holding on to that, festering, and me knowing that I'm a person that I hold on to things because I need to, I need to get it out and, you know, shift through it through my mind. Um, Instead, I've learned to, with my wife, just to get it out right there on the spot and be done with it. Now, I said that to say this too. Some years ago, I was in a relationship with a young lady, and she told me we got into an argument, which I hate arguing. She told
Hey,
me
Val.
to die in my sleep. She said, choke on your spit and die in your sleep. Right? That cut me so deep. It was crazy. But then, honest to goodness, like maybe an hour and a half later after the argument was over, I was just watching TV in another room by myself. She came in and hopped up on the bed, want to hug me and be lovey-dovey and stuff like that. And at that point, when she did that, in my mind, I was like, excuse my French, y'all. I was like, get off me, bitch. In my mind, I said that. In my mind, I said that. In my mind, I said that. I would never say that out loud. In my mind, I'd be having some things going on up here. But I was like, how could you say that to a person? Damn. How could you say that to a person that you love? This is how I work through things.
I don't think
I could never say that to a person that I love or a person that I'm in love with. I could never say anything that hurtful to someone.
James said he would have left the relationship.
And I did.
Said that.
And yo, bro, I was out the door. But
I don't think that was love.
I don't. You can't. That's not love. That's crazy.
Okay, the feed is going crazy. Where did we left off? You're right, but we have to learn to talk to each other without arguing. Mm-hmm. Steve got, but okay, if there's a problem, okay. I used to argue, but I don't do that anymore. Because when we get older, Tony, things change. We ain't got time for the BS. James said, women like to keep talking until they feel the men agrees in their point. And that's not communication. That's the waste of time. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
James, I need you to start saying some women. I need you to start putting some in there and just leave it in there the whole feed so you can just type some women, okay, James? Eunice says, speak on not letting the sun go down on your anger. Exactly. Oh, yes. That, I've always had that, but not everybody, not every relationship has upheld that.
Let me tell you my husband. That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah. It's not good to go to bed mad.
Man, listen, that is a true if there's nothing else true on this planet, that is.
Steve said, I clam up when a woman goes off because most of the time when they get on a road, communication at a mute point. Yep. You can't get a word in anyway. So I just wait until things cool off when we are able to have a cordial conversation.
That's right, Steve.
James said, read my comment out loud, please. Pretty please. You know what, James? I can't.
Yo, Crunch, I love you, man.
Tony said, if I have to argue with a woman constantly, I can't deal with it. Actually, I can deal with it. I just choose not to.
Right.
To all for that foolishness. Now we agree to disagree. But as for telling, screaming, biting, kicking, and scratching, I'm all set. Yeah, you know what? That's kiddie stuff. We too old for that. I think we too old for that. All that. If you can't talk to me, then don't talk to me. If you got to yell to talk to me, something is wrong. We don't need to talk. Eunice said, is this topic based on married couples, or does this flow to friendships and family? I think it flows. That's a good question. I think it flows to all relationships.
Whether you're married or not.
Whether it's a friend, a family member, sister, brother, I think that it flows.
Is communication.
Yes, yes.
And I think you need to have good communication
in all
aspects, in all relationships, because
it's key.
It's key. It'll keep that. Communication to me, just from what I've experienced with my wife and different relationships and stuff like that, communication keeps down drama. Communication fights off arguments. To me, that's just my feeling, because if I'm able to tell you how I feel and able to tell you what I'm thinking in a way that you can understand it, if you're grown enough to receive what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, then I'm open for you to make your point. But you have to be open for me to make my point in the first place.
And let me just use a good example of how you can get misunderstood without communication. My sister Valor and I, in the beginning, our relationship might have been, when we were younger, we fought a lot. Well, I got beat up a lot because my sister Valerie beat me up a lot. You did, Valerie, okay? And so And so, um, and so, with that, when we got older, we had a conversation about it. And she felt one way, and I felt the total opposite. And it really was, we both really felt the same way. But because we hadn't communicated, we didn't know that. All it took was a communication, and all the strife that we were going through when we were young could have been easily solved. But we both sit back and felt the way we felt, um, thinking that the other one was feeling something that they wasn't. And so that's a good example of open communication in any relationship you had. You know, my sister Bella and I are very close now, but we communicate very well now. And that is a part of why we are so close, because we have a good communication.
I think that great communication in any aspect is good for, it makes for good feelings. It makes for a good conversation, you know.
When you was talking, you said, Frank, that's that Scorpio in you.
Well,
You,
hey,
Chris Ellen.
hey, thank you, cuz, you know.
Okay. Some mofo. Wait. I missed something. I think they was as responded to your story you was telling about the girl. Okay, I understand, bro. Cuz says she showed you who she was and you rolled. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
James says some women, not all. Thank you, James. I'm glad. And leave that some women in there for the remainder of the conversation tonight. Eunice says some, most definitely. Chris said over time you should get better with communication, not worse. That's true, Chris. That's for people who grow up. Yeah, there are some people who don't grow up though. Valen said, don't be telling people I beat you up. You're dead. That's a part of my communication. We're going to have a show about siblings. Steve said, depending on the individual, you have to pick the right time to bring a woman your gripes. Because some women are very moody. Knowing your mate is key. Pick the time for your battles. If not, you will find yourself in a blown out wall. Now, see, for me, if you gotta, that's walking on eggshells. If you gotta do that, you might want to reevaluate your relationship, because
you think so?
Yeah, because why I have to step around? Okay, can I talk to him now? No, that ain't a good time. Okay, is it what kind of mood they in?
I don't think he meant it in that sense.
Well, I mean, I don't wait on a time to say. If I got something to say to you, I feel free enough that I can come to you and say it, no matter what time it is or when it is. It's like, hey, just like you did. It's like, hey, you hurt my feelings. Now you didn't wait for no time except for you to straighten it out in your head to realize. But it was like, why should you have to tiptoe and worry about? Well, if I say it at this time, it might be a blown out argument, or yeah, I gotta say it this way so she won't get offended. Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to know each other, that it shouldn't be that way, that you feel like you gotta walk on eggshells without offending the person, or you don't want the person to start yelling or take it the wrong way.
Lord knows, you say what you gotta say. I don't care if I'm on the toilet. You will stand and put your lips to the crack of the door to say what you gotta say.
But you know what? That's that free love. I feel comfortable enough with you that I can speak what I feel and not have to feel like, oh Lord, that's gonna be this or this gonna cause that. I don't that I don't think that makes for a good relationship. Belly said, you don't listen to me. With a partner, great communication is very sexy. Yes, it is, Valerie. I agree. I listen to you now, Valerie. I was, you go through those ages of being rebellion. I was in my rebellion stage.
Wait, Crunch was saying something.
Right there. See, I thought we all knew it means some and not all. I had to be more specific for the lady. Yeah, see, that's that communication. See, that I need you to point out some, okay? That's a part of my needs. That's what it is. See, in the communication, you got to know the person's needs in order to communicate.
Well, that's what Steve was just saying. Be attentive enough to know when to say something.
I guess, yeah, that's a part of it. Uh, Chris Savell. Oh my God, you just kidding. My bro, cousins, and siblings fought. It's all good. Tony said, that's messed up, Val. You used to beat up on your young and we got so. Oh, Terry, you said, say some women. Yes, I did. And you did. Thank you, Steve. Eunice said, so this is so true because my daughter was home from the military and I wanted time with her after not seeing for over 6 months. I'm civilian minded. She done seen some SHIT. So while I thought she was avoiding me, she was trying to get herself and her mind together. I didn't know all that she has had experience watching suicides. Had she shared that with me, I would have given her space she needed. But see, that's the way I'm talking about the work. Because sometimes we take for granted that work in the communication. See, and you wasn't thinking about what she was thinking about. You was thinking about civilian minded, like you said. You was thinking about, oh, my daughter's home, I want to spend time with her. But you never you kind of took that communication for granted that, hey, she don't know that I'm thinking that. And had y'all sit down and had a conversation, then maybe that would have went differently because she could have said, hey, Mom, I need some time alone to process things. And that's the same thing I went through on Christmas because it was like, I was thinking this is what I want to do, and they don't want to do what I want to do, but they had no clue of what I wanted to do. So how could they want to do what I want to do? So that's that.
And
Taken for granted
right?
That work.
And then what's the tomfoolery about stuff like that?
What?
Like on Christmas, when you wanted us to come in and be a family and all sit around and socialize. Excellent. I don't see a problem with that. But then you was like, no phones and no TV and no this and no that. And I'm like, wait. It's Christmas. It's a game on. These are things I like to do. And then, we got so much stuff going on, even though, we decided not to, do work for Christmas or do work for New Year. We decided that those days we were going to take off, which I did, and you did.
New Year's.
But I can't stop someone from calling me saying, hey, GL, I need this record or
bury your phone.
Because I don't know what they're doing, right?
Bury their phone.
You're saying bury the phone. But I might get an idea and say, hey, you remember last Christmas? Or you understand what I'm saying? Or siblings might call. Val might call, hey, bro, I got a crazy idea for you. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to bury the phone, but I understood
because
what you were saying.
We don't have a habit of doing that. Neither one of us have a habit of burying our phone and not answering our phone.
We can't. We really can't.
We could, but we don't have that gene in us that can ignore and say, listen, I don't care what they want. I'm not dealing. We don't have that gene.
And then too, we run our own business.
Oh, James said, good topic. I'll be studying how to be a better communicator.
Nice, bro. I think you communicate well, sir.
No, you didn't, Eleanor. Well, I don't know if you did because I don't know when you had the call. She said she had a call. She bet she missed something. My sister used to beat me up when I was little. That's what you missed, Valerie. And she said not to tell people that, but she did that. What was that? Oh, yeah, we have a business, but that's what I'm saying. There's other people that run business that has that gene. But we know that in order for our business to run productively, we just don't ignore. Or even if that is the day that we're supposed to take off, we don't.
But I'm saying, so like I was not supposed to watch the game. And so then I'm asking you all of these different things that you want to do. Like, okay, so you want to listen to some music? Yeah. Now we was listening to our radio station, but then I'm saying, yo, let's listen to some stuff we could go back and forth between
I
YouTube
didn't
and
want to. I wanted to listen to our show
see,
because our show is nice.
and I didn't want to listen to that.
Okay, and see that's what. Now, see that's a good point because that could have been an argument. But it was like, okay, he don't want to do what I want to do, so we'll just do what we do,
And we,
and we did what we did,
we
and we
just,
was fine.
yeah,
Even though he said he wanted to do something, what he did was sleep. But but I was fine with that. Steve said, Terry, my point is you can talk to GL at any time because you know him. But everyone is different. That's why it's good to know your mate per personality trait. And you're right. I get that. You're right. I just and again, we are different. I just feel like that having to know them or have go that extra step of knowing their personality trait is just it should come natural. I just feel that way. And that's
that's
my opinion.
that's just the way you feel. You feel like that because you are attentive to me, just as I am to you, right? So,
Hmm.
in that in
And
that
I said,
in that
yeah.
regard, everybody is not that attentive to their mate in their relationship, which they should be or work toward being. But if they're not, then sometimes that's why those certain communication spats happen.
James, that is so true. James said we even have to learn to communicate better with affection, business, etc. And y'all, that brings a perfect point.
Yeah,
Even in
thank you,
business,
sir.
even in business, because let me tell you,
That's a fact.
I had, and I'm not supposed to talk about
No,
business,
no,
so
no,
I'm
no.
not
Go
going to
on.
say. I'll just say this. I work with the public, and one of my conversations with the public the other day, the public told me to shut up. Okay, so I'm not privy to having that type of communication and being rude to me and accusing me of calling them liars and all and just acting real crazy. So I had the first thing I did was pray. Second thing I did was button my lips. I went and I did not say anything until I could hear my father speak to me because um had I did anything else I probably wouldn't have had a job and it would have been just a horrible thing. But let me tell you, that's the type of work in communication I'm talking about. Being able to know how to communicate and when to communicate. Okay, because at that point that was effective communication in business that the public did not know how to do, which could have caused some issues. But I dealt with it as with God, as I was taught, as me and my husband do. Okay. Um, James said we even have to learn communication better with. Okay. Eunice said communication is work, but if love is the foundation, it won't be hard all all at all. Where's the hell is my soulmate? Where the hell is my soul? We're gonna, you know what? That's gonna be our topic next week.
Eunice,
Where the hell is my soulmate? It's gonna be just like that. Next week's topic, where the hell is my soulmate? Just like that.
yes,
Chris said on his way, Eunice. Steve said that's difference in relationship. Eleanor said Eunice White, right. And your soulmate is out there. Good things take time. Amen, Eleanor. Eunice said, Chris Ella, I hope so. Chris said, don't hope, no. Amen. You gotta speak as though it was. It is. Eunice said, get me out here got me out here struggling. Jane said, where's my soulmate? Word up. Okay, y'all. So that's the topic next week. Where the hell is my soulmate?
I don't know.
And maybe next week we can figure out where the soulmate is. Okay.
Oh boy. What's that? This ain't the dating show. This is the Hatchett Chronicles.
But it's about relationships or getting to that point of relationships or all sorts of relationships
Yeah, Philistines.
or I don't know. Eunice wants to be a cougar, so her soulmate is a baby right now. That is not nice, James. Play nice.
Well,
So bottom line is
there is work in
there
communication.
is work in communication, but it can't be done. Oh my God. But it can be done.
It's all according to the way that you do it.
Just jokes, love her.
That's what's up. We all love everybody
Yeah.
here. So listen, you guys. Going,
Soulmates, if you're out there, he's blind.
if you blind, hit Eunice up.
Communication is just like any other entity. It takes work. Some may have to work harder than others, but it's all work in progress. That's from Steve. Eunice said, James Robin, how old are you? How old are you, baby?
Oh, all right, with the soulmates now.
James said 49. You guys are so young. I feel old.
Not me.
You don't feel old or you are old? But you are old.
No, I'm not. I'm only 54.
But you're old.
No, I'm not.
You are. I'm worth the work you might have to put in.
Ooh,
Amen to that.
Eleanor,
Eleanor
go
sure
ahead,
ain't
Eleanor.
no cougar. Eleanor sure ain't no cougar. And then she said, I'm worth the work you have to put in. Now, Steve, how would you know if Eleanor is a cougar?
Oh boy, we're not getting into all of that. I don't have the extra time tonight.
He always puts stuff out. Both of them always put stuff out that I have to question. And you know, my communication is on cue. So I have to ask the question because I don't like guessing.
Well, look, guys, I love y'all. I don't want to be so abrupt and ending everything and all of
But
that.
he's not feeling well. So, y'all, I ask for your prayers for my husband that he would feel better and be out of pain. Thank you.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I pushed through this thing tonight because I love y'all. I just want to, gotta kick back, man. I gotta relax.
James says, stay healthy, everybody. 2021 blessing. Steve says she can't be. I'm sure you know, Steve, but we're going to leave that alone. James said, good night and feel better, Frank.
No doubt. Thanks,
Steve
Charles.
guy said, outside Sandy, I think I'm the oldest in the group. I don't know, my sister. How old is Steve?
Steve 60.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, you're right. Love you too, Frank. Feel better.
Love you
Feel
too.
better.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Everybody said feel better.
Thank
We
y'all
love
so
you
much.
guys. Don't forget to tune into the radio station.
Tomorrow's gonna be nice.
Tomorrow who's heading? Oh, the header for tomorrow is DJ Extreme. I think he's got first up in the morning.
So DJ Extreme in the morning.
Yeah, and then midday with DJ Get Loose, then Nick's in the mix, and then
Mustafa
with the traffic jam, Cheese Liquor House, and then DJ Get Loose with Quiet Storm. So tune in. Hope you like it.
We playing some good stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, James, get in on this. Get your spot. I would need an hour and a half gospel mix. I need
Crush don't DJ no more. I thought that was James Pullum that popped in.
See.
Crush don't DJ
Okay.
no more.
Bro, you look good. Yeah, he does for 64. You do look good for your age. Tony said, peace and blessing. We love you too. Feel better, fam.
No doubt.
Steve said, feel better. Eleanor said, Steve got just right. Stevie Guy, just right. Frank, take pill of oregano and olive leaf extract.
Okay, that's dope.
I've been so busy, fam. Good night. Come get you some L. Oh. We missing stuff with Steve and Eleanor. Okay, y'all just go ahead and do your thing. I'm telling you, they're gonna be the Hatchett Chronicles first couple.
But that was dope.
If anybody know about what's that stuff, baby?
Sea moss. Yeah.
Anybody know about CMOS? Can you please I am me, I am my husband because I'm getting ready to get some for him, but I don't know the first thing about it or how to do it or how to use it. I really don't even know how to order it, but I'm gonna try. So,
I got some info on.
oh, you do? Okay. Well,
But
anybody
still,
else
even
have
if I got info,
in
Eunice knows. Hey,
Eunice?
cuz, if it ain't too late, I'll call you when we get off the show.
Yeah, I need some information on that CMOS.
Give me a thumbs up or something and let me know if it's okay to call you when we get off the show. Yes, a thumbs up or something.
Dave God, don't tempt me. It's been a while and I'm thirsty. Y'all are just too much.
Steve said ginger.
Chris said he takes it. I need to know how to fix it, Chris, the sea moss. I don't know how to fix it. I know it comes in a gel, but I don't know what to do with it. And then I've seen some come in strings. I have no clue what to do with it. All of oregano and olive leaf extract. Okay, so I'll try to get that,
So
Eunice.
it's okay to call you, cuz. I don't want to call too late or nothing.
Eunice, Frank want to call you about the sea moss.
Oh, Chris said get to jail.
And do what with it? Chris, do we
Put it in a smoothie. Put it in a drink.
that's what we gotta do with a
Put it
gel.
on
Put it
some
in
food.
and put it in food. I mean, yeah. How do you take it? Do you put it in a smoothie? Do you take it just in pieces? What
A
do you do with?
spoonful of it or something.
Yeah, how do you take it? Eunice singing. Call me if you someone to talk to. Call me if you need someone to talk to. Call me. Satisfaction. Call me.
I'm done with you, cuz.
Here's my number and a dot. Call me anytime. Okay.
Good.
Take 2 teaspoons a day, raw as is. Oh, okay. I can do that. Is it nasty though? I don't care. He'll probably have a problem with it if it's nasty. Frank, next week I want to see your smile, or I'll have to come down there with some oatmeal. Tell him with some oatmeal, Eleanor.
I apologize, man. I'm just in a lot of pain right now. But here, this ain't a fake smile neither. All right, so you got your wish. Damn it, get off my back.
Chris, is there any particular kind?
Yo, I love y'all so
Frank,
much, man.
Steve said, Frank, you take it in suppositories.
You know what, Steve? I got something you can take in the suppository. It's a size 12.
Oh, okay. Is there any particular kind to order? Just it doesn't matter.
What did he say?
He said, take it
Has no taste unless you
add
add
something
something
to
to
it
it
for
for
a
flavor.
favor.
Ah, okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna order some tonight for him and probably for me. Um, if I don't know what kind,
I
but
hope it helps.
yeah, we really need it for pain. The nastier the better, herbally speaking, that is.
Mm.
I forgot you beat. I have size 13.
Oh yeah.
It said yes. Okay, I'm ordering some tonight. All right, guys. Thank you for the information. I appreciate y'all so much, and I love y'all. Thank you for being fans. Thank you for following us. Thank you for hanging in there with us.
We don't have fans. We have family.
Family, fam. Thank you for being fam.
Right.
Good night, all you lovely people. Love and hugs. And hugs to you. I know you and Steve get ready to go talk.
Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I will
He's gonna laugh that pain away. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm going to. I gotta get it out. I really need to talk to my doctor about a medical card. Hey, Steve, I need some edibles.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Good night, Thirsty. He was talking to You know what? You too, boy.
Yo, good night, y'all. I love
Good
y'all.
night. This is Hatchett Chronicles, and we're out. Peace.
Good night, Thursday.
Good night, handsome.